Yeah, I mean, endurance racing, whether it's, you know, on-road or off-road, you know, there's a lot of similarities.
I think there's a very tight comparison to the way that I see what we do in sports cars and the way that they do in off-road trucks.
When we're racing the Vaughn 1000, we're in the truck for close to 19 to 20 hours. And that's the same thing they do in, you know, road racing. Sometimes they race for 24 hours straight.
The difference is we're continually changing drivers, so every time we have to come in for fuel, that's when the driver has the opportunity to get out. In trucks, I mean, once you start, you're in it pretty much to the finish.
It's going to be 110 degrees outside the whole way, and then you put yourself inside of a trophy truck, it's another 50, 60, 70 degrees, and it's just so grueling, you never have a break. I'd have to say off-road's a little bit more of a manly sport.
I would have to say it's the difference between ballet and slam dancing. You know, something that's very rhythmic and very seamless, and the other thing is just you're doing whatever you can to do what you need to do to keep that sucker on the road and make it happen. One thing about sports car racing is, I mean, you gotta just absolutely stay razor sharp the whole time. You're getting more wore out, and you're getting, you know, beat up, and it's, you know, conditions are horrible, and, you know, you have to get back in and go, you know, do it again, and that is something that's just in your soul, to be able to be, you know, keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper all the time.
The engine that we have in our truck, it's about 450 cubic inch. These things are putting out 800 horsepower.
The twin turbo, very efficient V6 EcoBoost in my race car is new.
I would say probably my favorite feature on the trophy truck is probably the shocks. A 4-foot wall could come up and you could hit the thing wide open and you're gonna be perfectly fine.
The thing I love most about driving in my sports car is the paddle shift. You're in the middle of a turn, you're all loaded up, pulling, you know, a couple G's, being able to just click that shift and have it happen that fast, it's so cool. Training to do endurance is training to do endurance. From a driver's standpoint, it's a lifestyle.
Some things that we gotta do to prepare is, you know, obviously keep in shape, make sure you're hydrated for these races.
You focus on endurance, going hour after hour after hour after hour. Racing is racing. How can we put in fuel faster? How can we get out of the pits quicker? We're continually looking at that all the time to try and take advantage of every moment that we can.
Yeah, I mean, the chase trucks are probably one of the most important things because without them, there's no way we could keep going. We have 4 F-350s that we use, so, you know, we always trust in Ford to keep those things moving and keep those things going, and we've never had a problem, and that's a huge role in our team.
Off-road racing, you have very broad boundary. In sports car, you have a very narrow boundary. We know where we're going all the time. In off-road, that's a bit of a question mark.
Every corner's different. We never see the same terrain ever again. We're going from point to point, where in road racing, they're kind of going around the same track. It's pretty grueling, it's tough knowing that you're on the edge at all times.
You don't win in the first hour or the second hour. You always got to look at the 24th hour backwards.
And you got to make the right decision on how fast to push the truck or how hard not to.
And then by the time that last 2 hours come along, you're pushing 110%.
Trying to save the equipment and get it to the finish line. You got to get to the finish line first to win the race.
I love this sport.
My real passion is off-road.
And it's that passion that drives you, that passion to be the best.
The adversity and the challenges that come with it keep me coming back.